Pretend that this is fascia. Okay, and fascia is kind of, it's similar in a way. It can stretch. You can imagine like a balloon, I could inflate it, and then it can become bouncy. Right? Hard. Yeah, or it can be very hard, right? So the knots represent our tension and muscle tension. And so when we have that muscle tension, it disrupts our fascia flow. Okay, so a really good example. And so what I'm going to show you is, what if I took this and I wind it. Can you hold that? You got it? Okay. And I wind it around her. And so this is a visual for you to understand that the fascia can work in spiral. And it can go across and through and in joints. And this is just a superficial rendering of it. I asked her permission before doing that. Oh, look, she's got some muscle tension right here. Yeah, she's got a knot, right?
The knot, it's a fascia or muscle to the knot?
They both. She asked, the question was, is the knot muscle tension or is it fascia? And it's both. Or it could be from a previous injury, because then our fascia remodels into a less organized way.
Is that like scar tissue?
Scar tissue, yeah. And but we have influence over fascia through the way we move and through those stretches and inflating and Tai Chi and myofascial work, that we can spread that out. That goes back to my analogy of the thin peanut butter. You know, spreading that peanut butter nice and even across that's taking these knots out. Okay, so now you can see that if I touched her fascia here, then it spirals, and it spirals here, then I can very logistically be touching her fascia in her spine and winding it down all the way to that foot. You see, so people say, well, how can I be connecting to the joints? And I'm thinking, how can you not? I mean, what do you mean? You're touching here. You can also go upstream. So if I'm touching her here, I can connect to the fascia in her hand here. Yeah. So you see, it's all...
That is so different.
Because when you're coming through, when you're connecting to joints this way, I really feel it in my low back.
Yes.
And that didn't go to my low back at all. And that's just weird.
So it's a little bit more
it was
covert.
Directional-ish.
More covert. If I'm here and I connect this way upstream and wind up and go down to this foot here, she's feeling it in her low back. Okay. But if I'm touching her anywhere and I connect upstream, like to her hand, then see, yeah. And so when you start doing like push hands work, when you start doing push hands work, this is how you start to trick your partner. Because they may start to learn your pattern and expect, oh, she's going to, even with fascia, oh, she's going to go upstream. She's going to, connected. But really with push hands, once you have their fascia, you've got them. But you kind of trick them, like you'll push into them so they'll push you back, and then you can use that to get into their fascia and move them. Yeah. Okay, so beautiful demonstration. Give that nice angle here of how that fascia can be cross-connected. Yes, thank you very much.